The discussion about World War III has returned to global attention in a way that is both alarming and fascinating. And it's not just a product of sensationalist media headlines or social media speculation. There are real-world forces, pressures, and historical patterns that make the topic increasingly relevant and urgent. At its core, this conversation is driven by a combination of geopolitical rivalries, technological advances in warfare, economic instability, environmental stressors, and the unpredictable nature of human decision-making, all converging in a way that makes the global stage more fragile than it has been in decades. Starting with geopolitics, the resurgence of tensions between major powers such as the United States, Russia, and China has created an environment reminiscent of the Cold War, but with modern complications that make direct conflict both more dangerous and more unpredictable. The United States, seeking to maintain global influence, faces challenges from Russia's assertive maneuvers in Eastern Europe and China's growing power projection in Asia, the South China Sea, and beyond. These nations are not operating in isolation. Their actions reverberate across the globe, influencing regional conflicts, alliances, and diplomatic strategies in ways that could unintentionally escalate tensions. Eastern Europe remains a particularly sensitive flashpoint, where military buildups, historical grievances, and active conflicts serve as a constant reminder of how fragile peace can be. Even small border clashes or misunderstandings could trigger broader engagement due to treaties, military alliances, and rapid mobilization capabilities. In the South China Sea, territorial disputes over islands, shipping lanes, and natural resources have seen increased naval patrols, artificial island fortifications, and aggressive maneuvers that heighten the risk of accidental confrontations. Similarly, the Middle East continues to experience proxy wars, political instability, and extremist activities that involve multiple global powers, creating a scenario in which any sudden escalation could draw distant nations into direct or indirect conflict. Beyond traditional warfare, technology has transformed the landscape of potential global conflict in unprecedented ways. Cyber warfare, for instance, allows nations to target critical infrastructure, financial systems, and communication networks without firing a single bullet, and even small-scale cyber attacks can escalate into larger conflicts if retaliation occurs. Artificial intelligence in military systems, drones, hypersonic missiles, and autonomous weaponry increase the speed and unpredictability of conflict, meaning that a miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences before human decision-makers can intervene. Nuclear weapons, though widely recognized as a deterrent, add a layer of existential risk, especially as countries modernize their arsenals, develop new delivery systems, and occasionally make public statements about their readiness or willingness to use them under certain circumstances. The economic dimension further complicates matters. Global financial instability, inflation, debt crises, trade disputes, and competition over essential resources such as energy, food, and rare minerals create pressures that could lead nations to adopt aggressive policies or take calculated risks in pursuit of national survival or dominance. Environmental factors like climate change, natural disasters, water scarcity, and agricultural disruptions are quietly exacerbating geopolitical tensions, as nations increasingly compete for habitable land, food security, and energy resources, while mass migrations triggered by these crises destabilize neighboring regions, sometimes igniting local conflicts that ripple into larger global consequences. Social media and 24/7 news cycles play an equally significant role in shaping perceptions and reactions, amplifying fear, spreading misinformation, and creating an environment in which public pressure can influence leaders' decisions, sometimes pushing them toward hasty or aggressive actions. History offers critical lessons. Wars often start with small incidents that spiral out of control due to alliances, miscommunication, or miscalculation. In today's hyper-connected world, even a localized conflict can escalate rapidly, involving nations far removed from the initial incident through treaties, alliances, and economic interdependence. Humanitarian crises, refugee surges, civil unrest, and political instability intersect with military strategy in ways that are unprecedented, forcing governments to make high-stakes decisions in volatile environments. Proxy wars, increasingly common in modern geopolitics, allow major powers to test strategies, influence outcomes, and exert pressure without engaging directly, yet they carry the constant risk of unintended escalation if one side misjudges the other's capabilities or intentions. Moreover, technology now permeates every aspect of military planning and execution. Cyber operations, space-based surveillance, AI-powered targeting, and autonomous drones change how nations prepare for, wage, and respond to conflict, often faster than traditional diplomacy can keep up. Psychological factors, including nationalism, fear, and political posturing, also amplify tensions, creating a climate in which leaders may feel compelled to act decisively to maintain credibility or satisfy domestic constituencies, even when caution would be wiser. The potential triggers for a global conflict are numerous. A misinterpreted military maneuver, an accidental cyber attack, a provocative statement, economic sabotage, or even a natural disaster that exposes underlying vulnerabilities could all serve as sparks in a volatile environment. While some analysts argue that fears of World War III are overblown, ignoring these dynamics would be short-sighted, because the combination of rising nationalism, unresolved conflicts, technological advances, economic pressures, and environmental stressors creates a scenario where escalation is plausible. Diplomacy, international cooperation, and proactive conflict resolution remain our most critical tools, but these mechanisms are constantly tested by shifting alliances, domestic pressures, and the rapid pace of technological change. The conversation about World War III is therefore not simply about fear, it is about awareness, preparedness, and understanding the complexity of the modern world. By examining historical patterns, current geopolitical dynamics, emerging technologies, economic pressures, environmental risks, and the psychology of decision-making, we gain a clearer picture of why this topic has returned to prominence. Every detail, from cyber warfare capabilities to climate-induced migration, from nuclear modernization to proxy conflicts, contributes to a mosaic of risk that demands careful observation, nuanced understanding, and strategic foresight. In exploring these factors, it becomes evident that while war is never inevitable, the potential consequences of mismanagement, misunderstanding, or miscalculation are higher than they have been in generations. Awareness is the first step toward prevention, and understanding the full spectrum of risk, from the geopolitical and technological to the environmental and human, is essential for anyone trying to grasp the current state of the world. The renewed conversation about World War III reflects the interconnectedness of modern life, where economic, technological, environmental, and military systems are deeply entwined, and where the decisions of a few can have repercussions felt globally within hours or days. It is a reminder that peace is fragile, that power is distributed unevenly, and that the balance of stability depends on constant vigilance, strategic diplomacy, and responsible leadership. While the topic may seem distant or abstract, the stakes are real. A major conflict would not only reshape global politics but could disrupt economies, destroy infrastructure, and cause human suffering on a scale unprecedented in modern history. From cyber attacks to nuclear threats, from climate crises to proxy wars, the factors driving the conversation about World War III are multifaceted, interdependent, and urgent. This hour-long exploration has sought to illuminate these forces, to highlight the complexities and nuances that make global peace simultaneously more achievable and more fragile than ever before, and to underscore the importance of understanding, preparing for, and ultimately preventing the worst-case scenarios. By combining awareness, diplomacy, technological safeguards, and global cooperation, humanity still has the ability to steer away from catastrophic conflict, but the window of opportunity is narrow, and the consequences of inaction or miscalculation could resonate across generations. In the end, the discussion about World War III is a reflection of the delicate balance that defines our modern world, where knowledge, foresight, and collective responsibility are the keys to preserving peace in an era of unprecedented complexity, interconnectedness, and potential risk. Understanding the drivers, triggers, and potential outcomes of global conflict is not about fear, it is about clarity, preparedness, and the urgent need for responsible action in a world where the stakes have never been higher, and where every decision, every technological advancement, and every political maneuver could either secure the future of humanity or push it toward catastrophe. The world is at a crossroads, and the conversation about World War III serves as both a warning and an invitation to observe carefully, to understand deeply, and to act wisely before it is too late.